Yo, what is up, guys? It's your boy Don't Trip with Zay, cause you might fuck around and get a bag. Back at it again with another video. And in today's video, we're gonna be going over today's trading day. We took two trades. We took a L right here, and then we got it back plus more here. And yeah, we're gonna get straight into it. So we're gonna go ahead, go back in time at session open around 8 o'clock. So 15-minute structure. I'm gonna start from the top. Yesterday we were trading over here. Get my tools. We're trading over here. We're bullish, but then we had a change of character to the downside. Comes back into a supply, mitigates it, and then breaks structure down again. So we established bearish market structure. So now we can expect price to retrace back up, look for entries to sell it back down. Cool. So we're here in the morning. We had news at 8:30 and like 8:50 if I'm not mistaken. So I'm gonna skip it to like 9 o'clock because that's when I start, looking and building a story. So that was news. All right, so bam. So I can see here that on the 5-minute time frame, we're still bullish, and overall structure 15-minute higher time frame is bearish, so we want to wait. So bam, it breaks structure again to the upside. So I'm like, okay, well, if price keeps breaking structure to the upside, then there's a possibility that this structural zone might not hold. So I was like, okay, it's around like 10 o'clock. It's 9:50 right now. So this looks good. So 5-minute, we're bam, broke up higher right here, pulled back, and then we broke up. So what can I expect? I can expect price to pull back down to push higher, right? This is going against my 15-minute time frame, but 5-minute looked strong and all that good stuff. It was printing bullish. So that's my mind right now at the moment. So bam, I'm waiting for structure to print. So I'm seeing we made another breaking structure to the downside. I have this fib right here from this low to this right here. I see it times 0.61 and I'm like, okay, and 0.7. So nice little mitigation, filled that fair value gap on the 1-minute right here. So that looks pretty good. And then after doing that, we get a change of character to the upside. So this is where my first play starts. So I'm gonna move this out the way. Right, I can draw this later. So I'll move that out the way. I've got the change of character. Now I'm just waiting for that to pull back. I'm just waiting for that to pull back into 0.5. Right, so we got that break, pulls back, stop loss right here because we're expecting price to go higher. And then we instantly get stopped out, which is cool. I'm like, all right. Once I seen that, I was like, okay, 15-minute structure might hold, might be holding, because we had this strong push down. So once we got to here, my mind was like, okay, so 15-minute structure is bearish. 5-minute structure did that. This could be a liquidity sweep for the early sellers, traps the sellers, starts printing that selling structure to be aligned with the higher time frame, the 15-minute, so we can continue selling it down. So here I'm like, okay, cool. So I let price drop and I let it pull back up, and I drew a fib from here to here, and it's already getting late, so it's already getting to like 10:45 ish. You know, this is kind of where I like want to find that last entry, because that's like an institutional time. You know, I've seen my buddy seen before too that 10:45 is like that, it makes that run. So I was supposed to pop the sell like around here. I was thinking about it, and I was like, nah, let me just be patient. I felt like I missed the play. And then I seen price break structure down again. I'm like, okay, all right, so that 1 minute structure is, you know, following it to the downside. We got this 5 minute here that was a higher low, turned into a, you know, it did a change of character, so that's why I made it red now. So now we're like bearish on the 5 minute as well. So this is better now. So instead of, you know, trying to force a trade up here before it makes this change of character, now we have the change of character on the 5 minute, and the 1 minute is bearish as well as the 15 minute is bearish. So we got 3 time frames that are aligning right now. So look at the 5 minute. I see that we have a high prob supply zone right here. This order block has a fair value gap in here, and you know, it broke structure. So what I'm waiting for is for price to retrace back up like it did right there. Perfect. 0.7 woody woo. And I was looking at it and I was like, okay, you know, my entry should be soon. I see it playing around, and on the seconds I seen that, you know, that flip on the lower time frame on the seconds. I was supposed to pop the sell right here, so that way I have a better entry with a better risk to reward, or just make it, you know, a little bit safer from a higher entry basically. But I missed it. I hesitated. So what I did after that was I just waited for price action to kind of show me. So like, okay, here you can see that price was going up, and then it broke that structural point. So okay, so now we're looking bearish on the lower time frame than the 1 minute. So this would be like the seconds, or what I just explained up here. So the seconds now is being aligned with everything else. So I looked at the 5 minute and I was like, okay, so this could be, if I miss this one up here, I can always pop the Doyle entry, the how, you know, how Doyle trades, marks up his supply, and once the candle breaks, once you have a candle that taps and then that breaks, that's when you can take your trade. And that's what I did personally. So that 5 minute candle got broken to the downside, so I popped my entry. So I'm in the trade, stop loss up here, and then my first TP was a 1-to-1 here. We see here that we break to the downside, which is good. And then bam, limit order gets tagged, and we are back at break even. I was down like $7, and then I extended my take profit. I had one more contract running, and I was like, all right, bet. Remember how yesterday I said I just needed one more $200 day? I was like, all right, bet. I'm gonna put my TP at that $200, 210, and then I'm break even. So worst case scenario, you know, I end the day break even, or I end the day with $200. So from what I'm seeing now, price action looks good. Everything is selling, and yeah, I just set my TP, and I was just like, I'm gonna just let it ride, and then bam, we get tagged out. And yeah, that was it. We ended the day up. I will show you guys here on the alpha, on my funded account. This was my curve. So I got funded, and then, you know, I didn't trade it until recently, till like the 30th. I was like, you know what, it's time to lock in. So bam, I end up losing some trades. They could have end up winning, but I didn't follow my plans 100%. I didn't take my targets where I needed it to. So like my 1-to-1, I didn't take my profits at 1-to-1 and go break even. I would just hold it for a little bit longer, and that shit ends up reversing. I'm like, well, damn, I could have won it if I hit my 1-to-1, woody woo, and go break even. Same thing here, same thing here. This was the last day. I was like, bro, I done seen this shit too many times. My 1-to-1 gets hit, you know, I could have been up. So I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna just follow my plan. I got to. And then bam, locked in, locked in, locked in, locked in, locked in. And yeah, we finally make it to like break even now. So now all I gotta do is just keep it up. You know, this is what it looks like, you know. But yeah, we're just working our way back up. And yeah, I mean, that was it for the day. It was pretty simple. Just it got faked out here. You know, I should have just waited for. Alright, so what I should have did was I should have waited for my 5-minute to align back with my 15-minute, and then start looking for trades. So this trade right here would have been valid. This was the only valid trade. It was a little late in the session, but it was still valid because it aligns with my 15-minute, my 5-minute, and my 1-minute. That's honestly my best trade setup. This one right here, the buy, 5-minute was bullish, but the 15-minute wasn't. So it's better to wait till all of those are aligned, or I find that it's better for you to follow that 15-minute. Just make sure that 1-minute shifts back with what you're doing. So like right here, so I'm gonna show y'all. This is what my boy got into. So bam, so 5-minute break structure to the upside, right? And then price starts retracing back down, making lower lows and lower highs. And then we have a change of character to the upside, right? So this is our 1-minute aligning back with the 5-minute. So what you do now is, what I would do now is I will draw a fib. I'll use this one. We'll draw a fib from the low to the high, and then just wait for it to fill like it did there. You can pop your entry at 0.61, 0.5, whatever. Or if you want to be a little bit more patient, you wait for the internal structure in there to shift bullish. So like right there, so here, this price, what initially did was on the seconds, it dropped, pulled up, dropped, pulled up, dropped, pulled up, drop, break. You feel me? Break right there. So bam, stop loss right here to be protected, and just go for your 1-to-1. All right, take contracts off, go break even, and you would have been tagged out, which is cool. That all depends on, you know, where you had your entry, woo, etc. But you ended up making money, so be grateful for that. But yeah, that was one play that one of my boys caught. It ended up playing out like that if you were to hold it. But yeah, that trade right there was mid-low probability, and this trade right here that we get into here was my highest prob trade. But yeah, guys, if you would like to see more videos, give this video a like, comment, subscribe, and yeah, we'll see you in the next one.